In the history of Colchicum, I always like to study the etymology, meaning where words come from, as I find that fascinating. The word Colchicum derives from Colchis, which is a kingdom on the Black Sea in western Georgia. And reportedly, there was a ruler of Colchis that was said to have kept the golden fleece. So this has been mythologized into Jason and the Argonauts and his search for the golden fleece that many of you might have heard of throughout your life. This golden fleece was supposedly kept under heavy guard. Atis' daughter, Medea, was said to be a sorceress who made poisons from squeezing plants and obtaining the juices and twisting grasses and roots as detailed in older writings. And one of the most potent products Medea made was said to be squeezed from the bulb-like corms of the yellow crocus of Colchis. So here is the complete list that I've run across thus far. So colchicine is not just for gout, but we see this is a little more complete list than the previous slide viewed, mainly showing amyloid deposition, fibrotic changes, heart disease, coronary artery, liver, hepatic, cirrhotic kinds of fibrotic changes in the tissues. Colchicum versus colchicine. Although colchicine is potentially toxic, and it has a therapeutic window that we have to stay within. When colchicine is used appropriately, increasing numbers of studies show that it's actually quite safe. In children, in elderly, in people with immune disorders or otherwise weakened or immunocompromised. One trouble that I'm finding, intrigued by all of this research, it's very difficult to find anybody that makes a quality colchicum tincture, pill, product. So anybody out there wanting to take that on, it's an intriguing proposition. So it almost forces us to use the more pharmaceutical colchicine. I have obtained some mother tincture of colchicum, though it took some searching, and it took some, several months of shipping from overseas to reach me. So one of the main mechanisms of action is affecting the microtubule polymerization. Heterodimers of alpha and beta tubulin units form microtubules and allow those filaments to form and elongate. And that moves a lot of things around the cells, like that immunofluorescent staining technique. Visualize the mitotic process. Colchicine can bind tubulin molecules and inhibit its polymerization into tubules and affect mitotic changes. And here is another one of those staining techniques. Often when we draw cell kind of cartoons or schematic diagrams of cell with the cell membrane over here and the nucleus somewhere in the center and a mitochondria over here and an endoplasmic reticulum over there, we kind of forget that really they're all hooked together via these microtubules that transport molecules and move proteins and pull things here or there. We kind of leave that part out of the drawing. Colchicine as a cancer preventative. An intriguing study published in 2015 examined the rates of malignancy in 24,000 male gout patients in Taiwan who had either ever used or never used colchicine. The study reported a significantly lower incidence of all cancers in the colchicine users compared with the never users, especially significant for prostate and colorectal cancers.